Ladies and gentlemen, from the legendary boxing venue, Manchester Arena, Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing is proud to present, live on Sky Sports, the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. And it's sponsored by Dafabet, StubHub, JD Sports, and We Buy Any House. This event is dedicated to a pioneer of boxing and the founder of the WBA, Dr. Gilberto Mendoza. Promoted in association with Greg Cohen Promotions and broadcast in the United States by AWE. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, President Charles Giles, steward in charge, Alistair Hayes. And the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, WBA Supervisor Aurelio Vieno. The three judges scoring at ringside. From the Hall of Fame in South Africa, Stanley Cristadulo. From the United Kingdom, Terry O'Connor. From the United States, Carlos Sucre. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee in charge, Howard Foster. And now the officials are ready, the fighters are in the ring, and they are ready. Manchester, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with white, official weight 9 stone, 8 pounds, 3 ounces. His professional record, an undefeated one. 19 victories, including 18 of those wins by knockout, and he has 2 draws. Del Tigrito, Venezuela, the mandatory challenger, and the WBA interim lightweight champion. Damas y caballeros, presentamos el invicto, Ismael, el Tigre Barroso. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with blue, his official weight, 9 stone, 8 pounds, 5 ounces. As a professional, 30 victories, including 12 wins by knockout, 3 defeats, and 3 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning, defending WBA lightweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of Manchester, England, Anthony $1 Million Crolla.
Okay, lads, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know I expect. Keep it clean, drink straight away when told. Both got your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
They've had many loud, atmospheric boxing nights in this arena. This one is right up there. Some final words from Joe Gallagher, who I'm sure is saying, don't play to the crowd. Don't make mistakes. If you do against Ismael Barroso, it could be all over. Lots of unknowns about the challenger as well. How will he cope in a long fight? How will he cope if he's pushed onto the back foot? And that's something Crolla will look to do. What's his chin like? Nobody knows. He's been on the floor, but he's gone up to win. Lots of questions about Ismael Barroso, but we know 3 things about him. He's a southpaw, he's a huge puncher, he's got fast hands. Those 3 elements right there spell nightmare for anybody. And this gym, I mean, you've seen more nights in here than I have. This is off the scale loud. The support for Crolla is huge tonight.
Yeah, terrific support, and there's always that edge of the seat drama when you know there's a puncher in there like Barroso, especially when he's in the wrong corner. So the crowd here, they're getting behind Crolla, but Crolla must blank his mind from that, keep his mind on the job, and just do not make mistakes, especially early. Now he's trying to claim the centre of the ring, just to stop the forward momentum of Barroso. That is a good plan. It's just looking for the opportunity to let some punches go. You can see Barroso with a little feints and that. He knows his way around, he knows what he's doing. Nothing landed at a jab from Barroso.
Nice little bit of body work there from Crolla, but this is a plan that Gallagher has hatched. He said, we've got to get in the eye of the storm tonight. A risky strategy, but if they feel that they can push Barroso back, if they can keep him busy, work close and inside. Nice solid right hand landing there from Crolla as well.
Well, you have to be careful of a puncher if you're pushing him back. You're adding momentum to his power if he catches you coming forward. So you just have to think what you're doing. Everything has to be measured.
And that is another key tonight, concentration. Crolla cannot switch off for a second.
Barroso's got a couple of left hands home to the forehead. Crolla's landed one good shot, so they're not allowed to split them in the opener here. So Crolla, it's good the tactics, because he's forcing Barroso to throw punches, maybe take some of the steam out of him over the longer distance. But you can see the redness on his forehead. He's taken a couple of shots already.
He's actually a little bit red under the left eye as well, Crolla. So there's evidence of the kind of power that Barroso brings into this ring, and one man who knows all about that is Kevin Mitchell, who is sitting ringside. He said he's coming up tonight in support of Anthony Crolla.
I think Crolla's tactics are spot on. You don't want this fella pushing you back, but good work there again from Barroso. He's settled a little bit quicker, I think, than Crolla.
Yeah, that was a very sharp and clean combination Barroso just threw.
And when he misses Barroso, he doesn't leave himself hanging out. You know, he's very quick. His reflexes are good, so he's got quite a few strings to his bow. A decent little fighter.
Well, there is Kevin Mitchell, just slightly obscured. There he is, that's a better view. Just thinking it all played out differently last December. We could be watching an all-British encounter here between him and Anthony Crolla. Wasn't to be for Kevin.
Seconds out, round two.
This man pushed him into retirement. Round two of this 12-rounder. Anthony Crolla defending his WBA lightweight title against the dangerous Ismael Barroso, who has come out with a real sense of purpose here at the start of the second round. Has obviously been told, get out there and reclaim the centre of the ring.
What impressed me about Barroso in the opener is when he missed with punches, he didn't leave himself hanging out there. Made it difficult for Crolla to find the counters. Good tight defence from Crolla. Thankfully, everything he does, he works from a good, tight, solid base.
That was good as well, making Barroso miss.
See, I just think when you're boxing with your hands in front of your face, if the opponent's still catching you in the forehead, they're still point-scoring punches. You know, if you're blocking the body shots with your elbows, fine. But Barroso at times is punching through the gloves. And as I say, you can see the redness. There's another one. You can see the redness. So what do you say? Crolla's blocking those or not? But I tell you what, he's too busy. Barroso is too busy at the moment, for my liking.
He does box in destructive little bursts, Barroso, doesn't he? When the punches start rolling. Well, you really are in the eye of the storm. So far, Crolla is soaking this up. Remember, he's only been stopped the once, and that was against Derry Matthews.
Well, he's making Barroso work, Nick, but it'd be nice if, you know, he was getting some punches home, test this fellow.
Sharp little body shot going in there from Barroso as well. Couldn't land the uppercut there. And we saw this with Barroso. He will just let his punches go against arms and gloves. Got caught there, Barroso took it well.
That's better from Crolla. He has to answer these punches. You know, he's been outworked at the moment, that's the problem.
Just digging in another one of those lefts to the body as well, Barroso. That's an underrated punch.
But again, Crolla's making him work every second. If the rounds are taking more out of Barroso than they're doing from Crolla, then it's good news. But, you know, the left hand is working well for Barroso.
Yeah, tucking up, covering up, blocking, evading. But he's going to be behind early here, and I don't think that's going to be a surprise to anybody in the Crolla camp. What he can't do is start getting broken up. As you say, he's got to keep busy. He's got to keep hitting back on his own. Got to keep having success, because at the moment, Barroso is just outworking him.
Make sure you stay on the left hook, all right? Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. Don't just walk in, take it.
Yeah, I just feel that he's been outworked. Crolla, he's keeping his defences tight. Not a lot clean in that little exchange.
He is a bulldozer, Ismael Barroso, and he's used to just ploughing his way through opponents. 12 knockouts inside 3 rounds. He's won on the road 7 different countries. That's the bad stuff as far as Anthony Crolla is concerned. But what about the questions we don't know the answer to? What if he can't get Crolla out of there? What if Crolla's still around at 7 and 8?
See, Crolla again doing the right thing, keeping it tight. There are no damage done by the punches coming his way, which is important. And he's drawing the steam out of Barroso. Barroso maybe not the smartest as far as pacing a fight goes. So this is pretty much the start I was hoping for from Crolla. Keep it tight, keep the chin down. Don't let this fellow near it.
There's echoes of the John Murray fight that we saw in this arena. Nice uppercut there when Murray started off so fast. And Crolla, though, stuck with it, stuck to the game plan, and just broke Murray up in the later rounds.
This is better from Crolla. He's using up so much. Every punch is a bomb.
Wicked shot. Barroso getting a right through to the body there. He really is soaking up some punishment here, but a lot of it is being caught on gloves and arms. But as you said earlier, Jim, the power that Barroso brings, he can punch right through, clipping him another uppercut there. Crolla. And a nice solid little right hand there. Now, did he shake Barroso there? Well, if he did, it was momentary, because Barroso then regrouped. But a sign there that Barroso got clipped with that right hand.
But this is good because Crolla's having his moments now for a change. This is good, this is much better. Not saying he's winning the round, but he's doing better in this round, Crolla.
And he is letting Barroso know he's not going to have it all his own way. That's important. Barroso has got off the floor to win. He was down in the second round earlier in his career, got up, stopped his man in the third. But this is good, it's encouraging this from Crolla. Can he keep this going?
I really feel they're drawing the steam from Barroso. Not an awful lot in this round. Again, Barroso may be doing that a little bit extra, but he's using up a lot of lovely shots from Crolla.
Again. And I tell you what, there's still no way of knowing how this one's going to pan out, but I think Joe Gallagher tactically has got this right. Get on him, get in the eye of the storm. You're not going to beat this fella trying to run and hide. Oh, definitely one after the bell there. Anthony's partner, Fran, watching on nervously. But there is plenty to be encouraged by. And that's one thing Kevin Mitchell said. Yes, of course. Of course, Barroso hit hard, and of course he got through in the end, but Mitchell said he was able to catch him. He was able to land his shots, and we saw in that last round Crolla can have some success here as well.
I'm wondering if Barroso will start thinking about tasting this, because he's really been winding up and letting the bombs go. And Crolla is staying on him, making him work.
Really good, solid body shots. He loves that left of the body, Barroso. Crolla very, very inexperienced against southpaws as an amateur or a pro, so they've been really working very hard. They brought Phil Sutcliffe over from Dublin, the unbeaten super lightweight, and they concentrated mainly on 6- and 8-round technical sessions, not 12-round grueling spars. Worked with Tom Stalker as well, Peter Cope from Hartlepool, Mitch Buckland from South Wales. I mean, Crolla has been living with southpaws these last few weeks.
But you know, Nick, you get southpaws that are a nightmare. Barroso is not one of those. He's pretty straightforward in what he does. There's nothing awkward or clever about what he does. He's pretty straightforward. He relies on his power. So I don't know that facing the southpaw will be a huge problem. He's got a nice solid jab from Crolla.
Nicely again there. Still just planting his feet, looking to take the centre of the ring here against this southpaw. Terrific effort this from Crolla, who digs in a body shot, then rips an uppercut in, then a solid left hand as well. Barroso still firing back though.
Now that was a good bust from Barroso. You ought to give him that. Taking chances, Crolla. But he's
sticking with it. Can he win a shootout though against this man?
Well, if he keeps it,
becoming.
He keeps it tight, Nick. Again, Barroso outworking him, but taking an awful lot out of the tank.
Crolla just gritting his teeth, digging in. Bit of pushing on there from Barroso. He'll get a telling off for that. This crowd trying to play their part, trying to lift their man.
A good shot from Crolla.
Yeah, and making Barroso miss with his counter as well. But you can feel this crowd wincing every time Barroso lands these shots. But Crolla is bringing plenty back himself. And we haven't yet seen that hook to the body that he destroyed Darwin with a bad cut as well, by the look of it. That's really opened up to the side of the right eye. Barroso continues just to try and bludgeon his way through here. So heavy-handed. And he's put a big shift in here, but Crolla is staying with it. But can't slow him down. Barroso keeps coming back at him. Great fight, real good action this. So now Mick Williamson has to go to work, the master cut man.
Hey guys, look, son. Just give it nice and slow. Yeah, we'll go clean him out. Yeah? You alright? Yeah, listen, he's absolutely busting a gut here now, trying to get you out there. I know you didn't, you're not going from a pun, okay? You know what I mean? It's absolutely busting a gut here, trying to finish you. And he's going for it because he's got a bit of a nick. Stay tight, but when you get your opportunity, Ante, right hand body, left hook, head, alright? And his sloppy jabs come outside with the right hand. Yeah? Okay? You alright, yeah? Yep, keep it nice and tight. Watch the first minute, stay safe, use them feet, push it out.
Gallagher's right, Barroso's put in a huge shift these last 2 rounds. You wonder if he can keep this going.
It's an amazing pace Barroso's been worked at, and Crolla's forced him to do that. He stayed on him, hasn't given him a second. The second, the third and the fourth round were closer. Crolla did a lot better, but I still feel he's getting outworked. But I feel Barroso is taking an awful lot out of the tank. I can see in another couple of rounds, Crolla maybe start to take over.
So long as he doesn't get caught. The concentration has got to stay high. That was a low body shot there. Howard Foster gave it the benefit of the doubt for Barroso. Still, Crolla stays there, right in the pocket, trying to force him back. Those arms and hands of his are going to be so sore in the morning. They've taken a pounding. Barroso still throwing punches, getting a little bit ragged here, though, some of his work.
Good job from Crolla. He's doing exactly the same things. So these are the tactics. If they're going to start working, yeah, he's sticking with them and he's going to make them work.
He's gritting his teeth here, Barroso. He's really been forced to dig in. Another good body shot.
Yeah, Barroso doing a fair bit of missing now.
Yeah, nice uppercut coming in. Nice body shot from Crolla. The crowd goes berserk again. Barroso's work is starting to unravel. Now, we can't get too excited here, Crolla, because there's still danger there. But this fight is starting to level out here in round 5, and it looks like Barroso might be tiring.
Yeah, well, it's pretty obvious what the Crolla tactics were, and the signs now they're starting to work. I tell you, Nick, a boxing ring is a lonely place if you go tired. And if he can make Barroso go tired, the job's done.
And he's pinging in these shots, catching the eye of the judges as well. And Barroso continues to load up and just smashing these shots, but he continues to get backed up. How comfortable is he on the back foot? It's getting rough in there for Barroso, who looks to Howard Foster now. That's a sure sign that he's feeling it as well.
He's looking flat-footed now. Barroso, heavy-legged. Yeah, a little stumble there.
It's Crolla that's keeping his shape. And it's Barroso that is starting to leave gaps in his defence. Is a real low one there. Howard Foster has to react to that one. Good round that for Crolla. Not so good for Barroso, who's really slow going back to his corner. Well, they're energised in this corner. But Barroso on the bell there, Jim, as we went to break, he walked very, very slow and looked sorry for himself.
And during the round, that's the phrase I was about to use. He looks sorry for himself. He's thrown everything at this man, and he's firing back.
And we are not even halfway. If Barroso's tank is emptying, he could be in a world of trouble here. Remember, only past 6 rounds once. The man with dynamite in his fist, but what can he do if he can't knock his man out?
I just think he's looking heavy-legged now. And he's been caught much easier now. The reflexes are not there. This is great stuff from Anthony Crolla.
Still dangerous, though. Still flashing in those bursts, Barroso. But Crolla lands another solid right hand, and Crolla's work is the cleaner now. It's more eye-catching, and still those defences are sharp from Crolla.
Yeah, and he's keeping it simple, not being fancy, not taking chances. Chin down, hands up, march forward between straight, jolting punches. Terrific stuff, terrific tactics. I mean, he's had to do it the hard way to get through there. There's a great shot.
Right hand. Barroso fell down as well, and he staggers back into the ropes. Crolla's hurt him. Now it's Barroso's turn to dig in. He's slowed right down here, Barroso. There's a chance here for Crolla. He's grimacing as well. He's feeling it. This is suddenly hard work for Ismael Barroso.
Nothing already. He's running on empty. The legs have gone. No strength. If there's no strength in the legs, there's no power in the punches. Finish on.
The crowd erupts again. Barroso hardly throwing anything back now. Is Crolla on the brink? Now he gets a telling off for a low blow. It did look low. Still over a minute to go in this 6th round. Barroso visibly slowing. Not much snap behind those punches either. All the venom seems to have gone. Barroso looks like he's gone in to try and survive here. And we're not even at the end of round 6. This tide is turning, and it's turning fast.
But this is a dangerous time. When you're on top, that's when you can make mistakes. Crolla must keep it tight, must keep doing exactly as he's doing. Although he's in the driving seat now, he still wants to show care.
I just wonder how much snap he's got left in his punches. He looks ready to go here, and down he goes. It was just exhaustion. It's waved off as a knockdown, but now he's cut. He's got nothing left, Jim. Even if that's not a knockdown, this man's in serious trouble.
The tank is empty.
And Crolla knows it. He's straight on him. Only a few seconds to go in this round. He's cut. He's exhausted, Barroso. And Crolla is in the ascendancy here. And Crolla can't miss him. A couple of solid lefts, split couple of right hands. Barroso's falling apart. Needs the bell. Brilliant, sensational. Sensational stuff this from Anthony Crolla, but Barroso is still there.
Well, Nick, when the tank's empty, and there's nothing you can do about it. Punches he was taking without a problem earlier on. They're shaking him down to his boots. Crolla's kept it tight. He's in the driving seat now, but he's still showing care. He's still thinking about his defences and drilling the punches home. And every punch that lands from Crolla is having an effect on Barroso. The tactics have been spot on, and he's executed them excellently. Terrific performance, and I don't see any way Barroso is going to get himself back into this, because the tank is empty. End of story.
Gee, he can hardly move, Barroso. His legs have just turned to stone here. But has he still got that puncher's chance? Round 7. Here's the bad news for Ismael Barroso. There's 6 rounds left of this fight. He's just got past halfway. And if that tank's empty, how on earth is he going to get through the rest of it?
Suddenly Barroso is trying to be a boxer, Nick.
Tagged early in this round as well. Well, he's got to change his tactics. He's tried to just plough through Crolla. It hasn't worked. Good work again. Nice solid right hand from Crolla. There's another one. He's not a one-punch knockout merchant, Crolla, but he will wear you down. Look at the John Murray fight. And what about that body punch? Talking about the one-punch knockout, I'm correct. I'm actually going to contradict myself, because he got Darlis Perez out there with that left hook to the body. Can he find one of those?
And he's still forcing Barroso to work. He stayed on his case right from the opening bell, prepared to lose the early rounds, take his bumps and come through them. And this is terrific stuff from him now. Tactics paying off. Body shot.
And he's down. And he could be out. Crolla goes for the big breakthrough here, and there's still a long way to go. Barroso looks exhausted and beaten. I think he's done. He's out. Stunning from Anthony Crolla. What a performance. Sensational. The underdog comes through. Tactics executed to perfection.
I think Anthony Crolla, Nick, has just become a star tonight. He took the most dangerous man. He went straight for the mandatory. Everyone feared for him. The bookies were betting against him. He took his bumps, got his tactics spot on. Every round, took his bumps in the early rounds, allowed Barroso to outwork him, to win the rounds, knowing how strong he would be in the second half of the fight. Took over. Terrific performance.
Listen to this crowd. Just listen. They love him. They love him. You're right. If he wasn't a star before, he certainly is now.
Do you know, he could not have done the job any better tonight. That was perfection. You know, just kept his chin down. Barroso did not get a look at the chin all night long. The hands were always up, blocking or partly blocking everything that was coming towards him, making Barroso work every second of every round. And look, what a turnaround. What a turnaround.
Barroso is not up yet. He sat on a stool. He sold out. He needed to get him out of there in 4 or 5 rounds. When that didn't happen, he had nothing left. And you always knew if he went down, he wasn't going to get up. He was in agony.
Well, like I said to you a couple of rounds ago, the boxing ring's a lonely place if you go tired, and that's exactly what happened. He had nothing left. He used up everything trying to get Crolla out of there. Didn't work, and he simply had nothing left. Every punch that Crolla landed in the last round there was having effect on him, and as soon as the body shot landed, I was pretty sure it was over.
Looked innocuous, didn't it? But just look at what it did. I remember Ryan Rhodes' career ended with a similar body shot. It looked innocuous, but it destroyed Ryan, and it's destroyed Barroso, and it's completely blown apart. The image that we had of him as the most dangerous man in the division. The most dangerous man in the division is on his hands and knees, and it's Crolla that's put him there.
Well, you know what? He probably still is the most dangerous man in the division if you allow him to be. If you're prepared to exchange with him and make mistakes. Crolla did not make one single mistake tonight. He was terrific from start to finish. It was obvious what the tactics were, the way he was standing in front of Barroso, blocking everything or partly blocking it. He knew he was wanting to draw the steam into the tank, and he did it.
This is right up there, Jim. All the great Manchester boxing nights down the years. This one's up there with them. Absolutely brilliant from Anthony Crolla. A pat on the back for Joe Gallagher, who got this tactically spot on. It was dangerous and it was risky, but it was the right thing to do. Push Barroso back, see what he could do into the later rounds. Crolla executed that game plan absolutely brilliantly, and he retains his championship against all the odds. The bookies didn't fancy him. A lot of people in British boxing and around the world didn't fancy him. Anthony Crolla just went seriously big time tonight, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer fella.
Well, do you know what, Nick? Any other tactics would have been dangerous. If he put his chin anywhere where Barroso could get to it, he would have been in trouble. But terrific performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Howard Foster counts to 10. The end comes at 1:31, round number 7. The winner by knockout victory, and still WBA lightweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of Manchester, Anthony $1,000,000
Congratulatory hug from Ismael Barroso, who's handled his defeat with class. But Anthony Crolla, what a night, what a performance, what courage. Be interesting to hear from him later on, whether he was hurt, whether he was shaken, what kind of power did Barroso bring. He stood in the eye of the storm. He let that storm blow itself out, and he's taking that belt back home with him. What a night. I'm not sure any of these people are going to be going home anytime soon. They had to wait a long time for this, and they're going to enjoy every second of it. So popular, of course, Crolla. Just one of those guys it's impossible to dislike. Already they'll be thinking, well, where next? Could an all-Manchester world title fight with Terry Flanagan be made? Could that happen? Where else could he go?
Well, that's a possibility, but it's probably a hard one to make. But I'm wondering about what impression this is going to have across the pond. And as I said, as soon as this was over, he's become a star. He's a world champion, but tonight he's become a star. So who knows, across the pond, or bring someone from across the pond over here.
Yeah.
He has a fan base here that's only going to get bigger. He's the nicest guy in the business. He doesn't strut his stuff. You know, he's humble. Everybody loves him. So he is going to be another Manchester hero.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's his old amateur trainer in there. The entire Gallagher clan, I think, are in the ring. I can see the Stephen and Liam Smith, Hosea Burton's in there, Scotty Cardle, Callum's in there as well, Marcus Morrison, Callum Johnson. It literally is the gang's all here. And here it is, the underdog. Who said nice guys finish last? Somebody forgot to tell Anthony Crolla.
And his tactics completely took away any advantage of the southpaw stance, because he just stood straight in front of Barroso and blocked everything. He wasn't trying to trade jabs or outsmart him. He just kept it simple, kept it tight, and it worked a treat. Couldn't have worked any better.
There is the Gallagher crew, Paul Smith in there as well. Everybody wants this photo, don't they? Well, Liam Smith's the other world champion. There were serious fears that Crolla might end up like his good friend Scott Quigg and lose his belt. Those fears have proved to be completely unfounded. Crolla with the performance of his life. And you almost feel like apologising for getting him out of the ring, but we do want to try and speak to him. We want to hear from him. What was his reading of this fight? How hard was it in there against Barroso? Was he ever hurt? And Joe Gallagher, a big pat on the back for him as well. He's received his criticism over the years. Tonight, it's a night for plaudits and congratulations for Gallagher, who's got this spot on, got the right sparring in. Remember, Crolla, almost no experience of southpaws before tonight. Well, he'll want another one after this, won't he? Fabulous night for Anthony Crolla. Let's hear from him with Andy Scott.
Anthony, what a way to defend that belt. Put it into words for us.
Andy, honestly, I told Eddie Hearn after this fight was made, you know, when he beat Kevin Mitchell, I'll beat him, and it got my back up. That people were saying I was going to avoid Ismael Barroso, and being in the Manchester Arena, Eddie delivered for me, and this is my house. No one comes into my house and takes what I've got.
Break the fight down for us, and that high-risk game plan where it seemed that Barroso was going for broke from the first bell.
Joe, he got it absolutely bang on. He thought he was going to try and get me out of there in 3 rounds, and I think that's what he tried to do. Honestly, I'm improving all the time, and I think I've shown that tonight, and I've shown I'm up there with any lightweight in the world.
How hard did he hit in those early rounds?
Oh, yeah, hard. yeah, hard. He hit as hard as I've been hit. But I just felt there was no way that I could be denied tonight. I've worked too hard to get this. Eddie delivered. My team around me, the whole team, has pushed me, got me in the best shape of my career. And there's no way this title was leaving Manchester tonight.
At what point did you realise that he was starting to tire?
I knew once that fight started, within 30 seconds, I knew exactly the way that fight was going to go. It was just a matter of not taking any silly shots. He can't move a few, but honestly on that, I was never hurt, but I felt a few shots. But a few rounds in, I only clipped him to the body with left, and I knew he felt it. And when it was sort of a bit messy on the inside, it was really hurt then. And I knew there and then it was a matter of time till I got him out of there.
Because of his reputation, it was billed as danger zone. Perhaps an unfair question, but where does this rate compare to the night you won the world title?
Eddie that night told me you'll never get that night back again, but this might have just topped it. This might have just topped it. And this crowd, honest to God, I say it all the time, but I owe so much to them, so much to this crowd who get behind me.
Let's have a quick word with your trainer, Joe Gallagher. You've got stick in the past for when your game plans don't work, so here's a bit of praise. Talk us through the game plan that seemed perfect.
Yeah, Nick came in the change room before me and he said, what you got to do, box move. I went, no, we're going into the eye of the storm. We've got to go in there and we've got to take what it takes, and we've got to make him work at a high tempo, and that was it, and Anthony carried it out to the T.
Let's have a quick word with Eddie Hearn as well. Eddie, all the talk will be about the future now. I know you probably want to talk about that fight itself. Terry Flanagan is a name that gets mentioned, the Battle of Manchester. Is that a fight that is far away? Is it close?
Platforms. Listen, don't worry about other people. This boy deserves all the credit in the world. Right? He came into that fight as the most dangerous fight in the division. Time and time again, he was the underdog in the fight. He's been the underdog the whole time. And he comes through, he's got this whole city behind him. He's gone from hero to lovely bloke to world champion to #1 lightweight in the world. Do you hear what I'm saying? #1 lightweight in the world. It's called $1 Million Crolla. And now let's go and get some.
Got to give the final word to you, Anthony. Sum it up for us.
Yeah, it's these are the nights you come into boxing for, to take on the best fighters in the world. And a few people said you'll be remembered after this night, and I hope this is something living long in the memory of the fans that are here tonight. It certainly will me.
Joe, Eddie, and most of all, Anthony, well done.
One more thing. My dad never misses a fight, and tonight he couldn't be here, so that fight's for him.
Well said.
Wow, sensational stuff. Jamie, have you got your breath back from that? Unbelievable.